Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay, so for this morning, I want to try out these new CA applicators that Tom sent. And we'll use the macro lens so we can get in nice and close. And I'm very curious to see how much like an ink pen it's going to wick the CA glue up into its, you might call it a little reservoir, and then we'll talk about it when we get zoomed in. Okay, that's the plan. Also, another thing I'd wanted to do, somebody suggested that when I'm doing these, put these cross pieces in all the way along, and I think there's a total of 15 of them or something. And I was planning on laying the wire on the top. So, the suggestion had been made, if I just made a little groove in the top of each one where I was going to lay the wire, then it won't, the deck won't be held up above the plastic here by the wire. And I commented back and said, well, the wire I'm planning to use was so terribly thin that it's not going to make that much difference. So I sort of wanted to just do a little bit of an experiment. It could be that, if you remember when I was using that super fine wire, I think it was like 38 gauge or something like that. I can't remember anymore. It was really fine. The problem with it is it was so easily broken, especially where you soldered it onto the LED connections. It would be very easy to accidentally just a little nudge and it would break off. So it might be a good idea to use the heavier wire and do the notch thing. I could use one of these as a test sample. It's going to be out of sight anyway. It doesn't matter if it gets marked up and defaced. Okay, so we're going to be cutting off the photo etch today from our F sprues. It's this little piece right here that you probably can barely see. Can you see that? Oh yeah, you actually can. Okay, yeah, so there's two of them, and they got to go on these. We'll be using the holder downer. I'm going to try and get everything in to the field of view so that you'll be able to see me trying to pick up the CA glue out of this thing. And well, by the way, these are just the ends of the pipettes. I nip them off. Like when I throw it into the garbage can, I nip them off. Nigel was saying that, and I agree with him, that pipettes, in a way, they're not eco-friendly because they go into the landfill and they don't dissolve. I think they're the type of plastic that will last for almost forever. And yet, on the other hand, you don't want a pipette made of paper either. How do we get onto that? Okay, yeah, let's recompose here. About 20 minutes ago or so, Ella the cat went for her operation this morning, so she's going to be pretty groggy tonight. Yeah, we had 3 cats, so we know what it's all about. Anyway, -7 degrees Celsius. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad for January the 15th. No. I knew it was January the 15th, but I couldn't remember what day it was. I had to go look at my clock. Oh, it's Thursday. All right. Ooh, boy. Let's get going here. Speaking of animals, okay, we are ready. Yeah, let's get the camera down on the table, and I guess the first thing I gotta do is get the railing nipped off. Yeah. Okay, we're going to be wanting this one right here. Okay, it appears that this is only connected in 3 places. One of the viewers was mentioning he made himself a device similar to this. Or was it a nipper, an old nipper that he did? He said when he nips with it, it doesn't make a noise. You know what, maybe I should have removed the back. No, I don't think so. Okay, now there's two of these. I'm getting this one the wrong way around. There you go. That's better. Oh, I got this one upside down. Okay, that's better. I guess I didn't prepare myself very good to shoot this scene, did I? Now what I like to do is try and get the cutting part of my blade as close to the edge of the rail as possible, or stanchion, whatever the case might be. I know sometimes when I do that, I get it too close and I actually shave off of the side. Okay, we got our two pieces of railing here. Okay, now these are going to be extremely easy to bend. I really don't need to be using Andy's bender here. There's folding lines they're almost going to fall into place here. I'll just do one on camera, and well, maybe I'll do them both on camera. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's move in just a little bit here. Now this will bend very easily. Try and get it to 90 degrees there. You can see the folding lines. I like to bend towards the line, not away from it. I could have probably used the photo etch plier for this. Okay, that maybe is not perfect. I don't think there's an up or a down on this. I mean, in other words, I don't think it matters. Why can't I turn this over now? Guess I'm afraid of grabbing onto it, and there we go. Yeah, I think that either this rail down here. Oh, come on, Ron. The bottom rail or the top rail, it wouldn't matter. I think they're both the same. Okay, let's put this in a safe place. Well, that wasn't it, so I got to be careful. Now you don't want to have your folding line buried underneath there. Otherwise, when you try to raise it up, these rails right here that I'm touching right now will have a tendency to come up against the nose of the bender, and it will bind. And of course, being as it is so fragile, it would be easy to bend it out of shape. That's bordering on being too far in my opinion. There, something like that. That's the way I do it. just so that when I look straight down, like on here, I'm seeing the entire folding line. Perhaps I should have used something different other than my hobby knife here for doing this. Okay, we got that one. All right, yeah. All right, let's see if we can get them on the platforms now. And we're going to have to set up a jig and employ the holder downer. Okay, here's the plan. I've got this at a 45-degree angle, and we're going to let gravity be our friend here. Might have to bend this in just a little bit more here. I think that's got it. Maybe that's too much. Okay, now will this fit in there, or is it too big? I think it's going to be just right. Now, then what I will do is I will now take the holder downer and very gently put it on there. Otherwise, what's going to happen is this railing is so light. Just let me recompose here a bit. Zoom right in. Okay, we're just sort of doing a bit of a dry run here. And this is the first time I'm trying this. Now, it could be that I'm going to have to squeeze the short rails in just a little bit, because I can see now when I'm looking straight down on this that it's going to slip off the side when any downward pressure is put on it. So let's just bend that in a bit. Okay, I think that's on there straight. Just let me check the monitor. Yeah, I think it's going to be all right. Okay, now can I get around in here and put this down without it without banging the helping hands? Oh, yes. That's pretty good. I may have bent that rail in just slightly too far, but we're not going to be able to notice that, especially from where I believe it's going to be. This thing is going to be located. And okay, now let's. Where are those things? Okay, now I think what we'll do here. I'm trying to hold this so that the macro lens will see it. I think we'll probably just use this first one on the bottom here. This is a lot tougher metal than. I'm probably going to dull my nipper here. I never should be using something else to cut it. Yeah, I'm going to have to resharpen this thing now. I'm going to have to find something else to cut this. Maybe, yeah, this doesn't have to be beautiful, so we'll just use this blade right here, straight on the edge. I think I got it. Yeah. Okay, did I get everything? Oh no, there's one up here too. Guess I don't think I got them all. Maybe this one didn't go all the way through. It did now. Why is this not lifting off? Oh, is there another one here? Yeah, this is a lot tougher steel than the. Oh, there's one out here on the end too. You know what? I should be putting on my stronger glasses here. Please bear with me. Okay, it's just after 10 in the morning. I think Missy the dog should be probably coming by here any moment, but probably have time to try and get the. These were a lot harder to nip off than I thought they were going to be.
Hey!
Good morning.
Icy! Icy, icy, icy.
Slippery.
Mm-hmm. Well, the cat's in for surgery. The dog's delighted.
Does it have to stay overnight?
No, I'll pick her up this afternoon.
She's going to be groggy.
Yeah, and Brady's taking her daughter-in-law in for some dental surgery this afternoon, so I may be picking up the cat alone, which is okay. She'll be mostly sleeping anyway.
So, Missy, you got the house all to yourself.
Mm-hmm. He's thrilled. How are you today?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
You still working on the main deck of the ship?
At the moment, I'm trying out the guy that sent me the card. He also sent along some stuff for applying glue, glue applicator. So I'm busy trying to figure that out right now.
Ah, so you're experimenting with that?
Yeah,
putting
just
it on screen
for the first time.
Yeah. Is it working?
I don't know. I'll know in about I'll know in about half an hour. Careful not to hit the lens on that stippled ceiling.
I'm not accustomed to these early morning getaways anymore.
Going out for Timmy's is stopped, has it?
Yes. It'll save me. The coffee I'm making is just as good and it'll save me about $2,000 a year.
Yes.
Which I'll put towards the back of Europe.
I see blue sky over there.
It's trying. Really good at +1 today.
That's not bad.
Not bad. Thanks, Uncle Rod.
Bye, Missy. Yeah, blue sky over there. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Now let's be careful not to bump anything here. Yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, we had just filed the sharp edges off of this thing here. This is going to really be interesting. Okay, quite a bit of time has passed here. It originally had been my plan to put a couple of drops in this little reservoir here. And then I thought, well, if I dip the end of the applicator in there, I'm not going to know how well it may or may not wick its way. Let me get this repositioned here. Okay, can you see that okay? Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a droplet right in that hole at the top and see if it wicks down. Well, I don't know if it wicked down or if it was a case of I just put way too much on. But my hope was, let's see if I can maybe get some of it off here. Okay, now my hope was to just apply it to the top of the rail. Darn. Okay, I'm going to have to push stop and fix that. Okay, earlier this morning when I was editing these scenes out, the ones that you saw up until Missy the dog came in, I had looked in the monitor and I had thought, it seems to me that this rail here was too far out. And it was. As soon as I gave it any kind of a little nudge at all. Okay, so now let's see if we can get our holder down or back on there. Alright, we'll try this again now. Now is there still some on there or has it solidified? Now that's not the way it's supposed to go. But well, maybe when I dabbed it here, I took too much off. Let's put some more on. Or am I being a moron? Okay, now I want it to wick its way down along the stanchion and the back of the bulkhead. Okay, I think it did. Okay, now we'll get some curing agent, which is not ready. Come on, Ron, wake up. Okay, fortunately I can cut out the dead spots. I think I probably got it, didn't I? Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, in all likelihood now that's cured on there. I should be able to get into the other side. See if I can move my holder down a little bit here. It's kind of in the way. Put it over here on this corner because this is where we're going to want it pressing. Like that. Okay. Now, do we still have CA on this thing or not? You know what? I'm gonna have to recompose here. I just noticed I'm not very in focus here. Maybe I gotta twist this thing around a little bit. Okay, now that back stanchion is in focus. Now, Is this still liquid or is this gone hard on me? I'm obviously not using this correctly. Obviously, I am not using this correctly. Okay. Yep, I'm not using it correctly. And some. Ron, you're making a real mess of it. Tom is probably swearing at his computer right now. I know, you're looking at the clock in the background and you're thinking, Ron, what you been doing? Well, what I've been doing was I put the railing on the second part here. I did it much the same way as the first one. Took me only about 10 minutes, I guess. Okay, and with this thing, what I did was I took a piece of paper towel and I just wiped it off. But I do believe, I haven't looked at it with a microscope yet, but I think it's probably sealed. I'm gonna check that out later. Maybe the macro lens would have showed. Anyway, I'm sure I'm not using these the way they're supposed to be used. Just let me zoom in a bit here. If anybody knows how they're supposed to actually be used, well, yeah, that is, if you have actually used them yourself. Okay, enough about that. Remember, almost a year ago now, when I was first starting to mess around with this very fine wire, and I made a wire wrapping tool that kind of worked. Okay, then somebody sent me the real thing. Okay, this is the real thing, and this was not a cheap gift. Now, to my shame, I have forgotten who sent it. If you're still watching, if you could let me know in the comments and remind me. You can call me a bad name if you want. I don't care. Anyway, this is designed for number 30 wire. This is number 30 wire. I got this 30 in black and 30 in, well, it's not white, but it's definitely different. Okay, so what I'm thinking of is if I was to use the number 30 wire, which this is designed for, then it is possible that if I was to take this wire, and just let me get myself organized here. I guess we don't need this here. I can move this. Okay. Now my thought had been, if I lay the wire across the individual rafters, or whatever they're called, trusses. Yeah, they're a type of truss. They're like this. Okay. Well, this is a truss. I don't think these are trusses. No, they're kind of trusses. Anyway, yeah. Then when I lay the deck down on top of it, with this 30 wire, yes, the deck will be held up and won't fit flush with the top here. So I think I'm going to take Tom's suggestion and just make a little groove, on the top. Like on this one, I have to make a maximum of three notches. With these ones, they will go in this position here. And what I can do is I can pass the wire through, just through where there's an opening, but on the side of the ship that is going to be that we're not going to be seeing. So that's going to be fairly easy. Yeah. You know, I don't think I ever actually tried this. Did I? Did I actually try it? Yeah, I think I tried it. I can't remember. I've done so many crazy things in these model ship episodes that can't remember what I've tried and what I've thought about trying. But you know, I'm going to wrap her up for this afternoon, folks. What do we got here? 10 after 2 already. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.